We've got a big weekend.
TMD.
Got to make sure you got your ducks in a row.
Weekend preview.
Can't ask for much more than that.
Yes, the time is upon us, my friends. It is time for our first road course weekend of the year. It happens in Austin, Texas at Circuit of the Americas.
Chastain got to get it perfect here in turn 12. Will he do so? Allmendinger right on his bumper now, pressuring hard. Only a half a car length back. Chastain now up through the gears. Here comes AJ taking one more look underneath. Oh, and Chastain opens the door ever so slightly now as they head for 15. This could be the spot. Allmendinger could pounce. He's going to move him just now. He gets into the fender just a little bit. He moves Chastain to the outside. It's a dead heat under the bridge. AJ Allmendinger to the front. Final four corners now. It's a right-hand turn. Alex Bowman is on the back bumper of Ross Chastain. Chastain's already lost the lead. He's about to lose second. Now Chastain right on the back bumper of A.J. Allmendinger. Alex Bowman stays way outside of them too. Allmendinger gets into Alex Bowman. Ross Chastain back out to the front for the final corner of the final time.
Ross Chastain punts Alex Bowman into A.J. Allmendinger. He's got the lead coming out of turn 20. Now he's flat on the gas. Ross Chastain is going to get his first NASCAR Cup Series win, his 121st start, twice the bridesmaid the past 2 weeks. Finally, Ross Chastain catches the bouquet.
Hell yeah, baby! Yeah! So proud of you guys! Yeah! Yes! Oh, yeah!
Now you hear the celebrations. Watermelon is flying everywhere. Ross Chastain, winner here at Circuit of the Americas, winner for Trackhouse Racing. Congratulations. How are you feeling? What are you feeling right now?
I don't feel anything. I feel watermelon all over me, and it's never tasted sweeter. It's absolutely incredible to have this opportunity to drive for Just Partners with Pitbull as our owner. And I just won a NASCAR Cup Series race on a road course. Are you kidding me? I never in a million years would have dreamed this. Went up against the best with AJ and Tyler and Alex, like two of those guys I work with every day. And like, how am I going to beat them? We did.
That's how it sounded 1 year ago on the Performance Racing Network at Circuit of the Americas at Days End. It was raining watermelon. Ross Chastain getting win number one. Trackhouse Racing getting win number one as well. And they're back to defend that race-winning effort this weekend in COTA. The weekend will start with the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And there are lots of changes, lots of new things to adjust to this weekend. 5 things in total, but all 3 will need to adjust to these 3 things. A modified restart zone, a choose rule for the first time on a road course, and no caution flags at the end of stages. Now, for the Truck Series, some additions to the regular entry list. Alex Bowman and Spire Motorsports are back. Ed Jones, IndyCar racer, IMSA WeatherTech sports car racer, will be in the field. Logan Bearden, Ross Chastain, Kyle Busch, Parker Kligerman will also be in the race tomorrow, including Nick Sanchez, who is one of the Sunoco Rookie of the Year contenders, who will be racing on this road course for the very first time this weekend.
I think every race this year is an opportunity race for me and my team. Excited to go road racing with them. They have a really good track record there. I love road racing. I love, it takes a lot of preparation, and it's obviously something we don't get to do a whole lot throughout the year. So when you do them, you got to make them count. I've never been to COTA. I've had a lot of good people, tell me tidbits and guide me through the track and the certain characteristics. And just been simming a lot, but I'm excited to get there.
Chase Birdie, another young driver looking to make his way to victory lane on Saturday afternoon, and the Kyle Busch Motorsports driver explained how he prepared for his trip to Austin on Saturday.
Repetition on the sim, watching film and going over last year's races and really breaking down what other guys were doing that made them fast and, how they passed here, what they did with this, and just strategy and everything else. So I think you go into it just like every other weekend. You watch film and practice it on the sim and just repetition, instilling it into your head of this is what you have to do. Don't make this mistake. Don't go off the racetrack. Stuff like that.
The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series expelled 225 at COTA. Tomorrow, it'll be 42 laps, 143.22 miles, stage breaks or stage conclusions, that is, coming at laps 12 and 26. You can watch it on FS1. Once the trucks take the checkered flag, it'll be the NASCAR Xfinity Series taking center stage, and there are some additions to their entry list as well. Eric Almirola will be in the race tomorrow for SS Greenlight Racing. AJ Allmendinger back with Colleague Racing. William Byron will be in the field. That'll be the first Hendrick Motorsports Xfinity Series race of the year. And Miguel Paludo will be driving for Junior Motorsports in the number 88 car. Connor Mosack, obviously a part and in the mix of things over at Sam Hunt Racing in 2023. Connor describes the challenging nature of Circuit of the Americas.
Probably one of the harder racetracks or road courses that we go to, just as far as, the amount of corners and how technical some of them can be. I think track limits is going to be an important factor, especially through the S's there. It's really easy, especially in traffic, when you can't see, the line right in front of you. It can be easy to place a wheel in the wrong spot and have to come down into a drive-through penalties. I think that's going to be really important, being a little conservative through there, when you're in traffic especially.
Parker Kligerman has been running very well here early on in the Xfinity Series season, and he's not taking a chance to get to victory lane Saturday afternoon lightly.
I just think this is an opportunity in both series to go win a race. I think it's an opportunity to obviously get a lot of stage points and hopefully put ourselves in position to go challenge at the front. We've got some heavy hitters, of course. I believe AJ will be there. You've got the Hendrick car. There's some heavy hitters coming here, but I've got faith in this race team, and I do love road course racing. I'm pretty pumped. This is one I definitely circled as an opportunity for us to go get a checkered flag. Just for our sim work and kind of seeing the history of these cars, I think we have a huge opportunity of us.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series Pit Boss 250, 46 laps, 156.86 miles. Stage conclusions at laps 14 and 30. And we'll give you the broadcast schedule here. You can watch that Xfinity Series race on FS1, but we will have triple header coverage tomorrow from Austin. It kicks off tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern with the front stretch with Pat Patterson. 11:30, it'll be qualifying for the NASCAR Cup Series. Performance Racing Network will have that call. Motor Racing Network on the air at 1 with coverage of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. PRN back on the air at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time with the Xfinity Series cars. The ARCA Menard Series East will begin its 37th season tomorrow night. The Pensacola 200 at Five Flags Speedway is the first of 8 races this year for the series. Tanner Reif, the ARCA Phoenix winner, headlines a solid list of up-and-coming drivers. William Sawalich in there, Luke Fenhouse, Jake Finch, and LeVar Scott, among others. In the Pensacola 200 laps, 100 miles. Coverage will begin on Flow Racing tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Sunday's Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix will have lots of things different about it. We mentioned those 3 things a few moments ago with the modified restart zone, the choose rule for the first time, no caution flags at the end of stages. Also factor in a new aerodynamic package and a brand new tire for the Cup cars at COTA. That's a lot for teams to get their arms around. In addition to the star-studded lineup we've been mentioning, in addition to the Cup Series regulars, Jenson Button and Kimi Räikkönen, F1 champions, Connor Daly, IndyCar driver, Jimmy Johnson, the legend that he is in the NASCAR world, and Jordan Taylor representing sports cars, all in the field on Sunday. Let's start breaking down these changes, and we'll start with the ripple effect of no cautions at the end of stages. Joey Logano provides his thoughts.
If you weren't very fast, you can fabricate a good day out of getting stage points, right? In other words, the guys that were racing for the win a lot of times would flip the stage. And you would look at that day and go, well, that's a successful day. Even though I finished 20th, I got a bunch of points. That's a successful day. Now, you just have to be good, because that opportunity to score points with a car that's off is not there. So you better be up front the whole time.
One of Logano's Team Penske running mates is Austin Cindric, and he thinks the elimination of stage breaks will have a significant impact to the complexion of the race.
Massively changes how we approach the race on Sunday. It changes how we approach the race on Sunday, and I think it changes how the race is going to be consumed by your race fans. I think the expectation for Sunday's race, in my mind, is that there's no reason that race can't go all green and from start to finish. And I have personally never raced in a NASCAR sanctioned race that has gone all green.
We mentioned a new aero package at COTA this weekend. The first time we saw it was at Phoenix. It'll be the first time it's used on a road course. AJ Allmendinger explains the new lower downforce package and what it will affect.
I think it's going to be tough to follow guys through the S's. The cars are definitely going to slide around more. So like last year, you could really fly through the S's. I think the cars are going to be a little bit slicker through there, going to kind of step out. It may bring the brake zones, kind of make them just a little bit longer. So maybe that makes passing a little easier. We'll wait and see. But yeah, I do think more than anything, the cars are going to slide around more. And looking at the weather, it's going to be in the lower 80s. So it's going to be somewhat warm. Could wear out the tires more. So I think having your car good on a long run may be more important than it's been in the past.
One of the interlopers this weekend is Formula One champion Jenson Button, making his NASCAR Cup Series debut on Sunday, and he explained what his goals are in COTA.
So every time we have a pit stop, go out on new tires to just see an improvement in terms of my feel, my confidence, and how I can race you guys, and understanding where the limits are, where they're not, and hopefully get a bit of respect from the guys around me. I don't want to end up in the wall at turn one every time I jump in the car and get to turn one. It's about feeling it out and enjoying it, and racing against you guys, which is going to be pretty awesome experience for me. I never thought I'd race in the Cup Series. I never thought I'd get the opportunity. So, I feel very lucky.
There will be a 50-minute practice session today at Circuit of the Americas in advance of qualifying tomorrow for the NASCAR Cup Series. Phil Surgeon is Ross Chastain's crew chief.
The abbreviated practices we get most weekends, I certainly like it over no practice, but with the limited adjustability, if you're not real close on your balance, you might not be able to get to where you need to be with the limited number of adjustments you can make. At COTA, it'll be nice. We can, make spring changes or make, pivot changes if need be, camber, toes, whatnot. And I certainly like that.
The new rules package this weekend will have less downforce for the race cars, and according to Christopher Bell's crew chief, Adam Stevens, that means tire management will be a key.
A lap at COTA is almost 3.5 miles, so that's a lot of wear and tear on the tires. So you might have some guys in the back half of the field come get tires where the front half doesn't want to give up their track position, and those tires are going to make a huge difference, a much bigger difference than years past. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to take a lot of learning early in the race to make sure you're making good decisions later in the race.
As we mentioned earlier, it will be qualifying for the NASCAR Cup Series at 11:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. All the Cup cars will be broken into two groups, Groups A and Groups B, multi-car qualifying. Petey, how do those groups break down?
39 cars on the entry list in Group A. Connor Daly for the money team, Josh Bilicki, Jenson Button, William Byron, Kyle Larson, Eric Almirola, Ty Dillon, Chris Buescher, Kevin Harvick, Daniel Suarez, Noah Gragson, Eric Jones, AJ Allmendinger, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, and Brad Keselowski. In Group B, it'll be Kimi Räikkönen, Jimmy Johnson, Jordan Taylor, Harrison Burton, Justin Haley, Ryan Preece, Cody Ware, Bubba Wallace, Chase Briscoe, Austin Dillon, Michael McDowell, Todd Gilliland, Alex Bowman, Martin Truex Jr., Austin Cindric, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain, Corey LaJoie, and Joey Logano.
The Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas, 68 laps, 231.88 miles. Stage conclusions at laps 15 and 30. You can watch it on Fox. Here's our broadcast schedule for Sunday. As always, we kick it off with the front stretch. 7 a.m. Eastern, Pat Patterson arrives on the scene. 11 a.m. Eastern, it will be Loose Ends, the best of SiriusXM NASCAR Radio. 1 p.m. Eastern, Fantasy Racing Preview with Uncle Petey. 2:30 Eastern, it'll be the Performance Racing Network and their call of the Cup cars at COTA, followed by the SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Post Race Show, which goes until 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Here are your driver-to-crew chatter channels for the Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix. You can hear Joey Logano and his team on Sirius 136, XM 380, streaming on 980. Ross Chastain and his team can be heard on Sirius 137, XM 381, streaming on 981. And AJ Allmendinger and his colleague racing team can be heard on Sirius 138, XM 382, streaming on 982. Those channels will go live at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Sunday afternoon.